6,
5, 4, 3, 2.
So I remember. What's up, you guys? My name is jamiletyunuen and I'm so happy to be back here making YouTube videos for you guys. Please, if you're not subscribed yet, make sure you click that button and you hit the little bell to be notified every time I upload a video. This is a very confusing story, so bear with me, you all. Okay, so first off, I want to apologize because maybe my voice is going to be a little bit low in this video. As you can see, Zaira is sleeping right there. It's currently 11:30 p.m. So, yeah. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably noticed a few weeks ago I told you all that as a mom, our free time is really only when our babies go to sleep. So this is one of those occasions, and that's why I'm making this video. So throughout the video, I'm going to be showing you some pictures, probably some videos, just so you all don't get bored with me just talking, and you guys get to see a little bit of how that day went. Okay, so how I found out the gender of my baby. First, I thought it was a boy. I'm not sure why I was so convinced that my baby was gonna be a boy. I think that part of that is because I really wanted my baby to be a boy at the beginning. I also don't really know why I wanted my baby to be a boy so bad. But if we're being honest, I think that it's because, you know how majority of the babies are girls, so for some reason I wanted my baby to be a boy and not a girl
because there's more girls and not that many boys.
I don't know, my brain was very confused back then. Then after like a month of me thinking that it was gonna be a boy, I started to think,
okay, so if I think it's gonna be a boy, it's gonna be the opposite.
So in my mind, I was really crazy, but in my mind I thought, okay, you know, you have this really strong feeling that it's gonna be a boy, so it means that in reality it's gonna be a girl.
I don't know really what's the logic behind that.
If you're pregnant, I don't know if you've experienced this. I think it's just all the emotions you're feeling and your need to know your baby's gender so bad. Like when you're pregnant, you're constantly thinking like,
is it a boy, is it a girl, I want to know.
Because it's crazy. It's like you're carrying a baby inside of you, but you don't know the gender. It's like,
oh my god,
so stressing. Okay, but anyways, so in I think our first or second prenatal appointment, we talked to our midwife about how important it was for us to know the gender of our baby and how we wanted to know as soon as possible because we had our reasons. I'll be telling you a little more about that later on in the video. But anyways, the doctor told us that the safest method to find the gender of the baby was an ultrasound. And I'm just saying it's the safest because if you do an ultrasound, there's like less probabilities of making a mistake.
So let me explain a little more about that.
So like in an ultrasound, what they look for is the reproductive organs of the baby, right, to define the gender. So if you're seeing that like in an ultrasound, there's obviously less chance of a mistake.
But let me clarify.
There's still a chance of mistake. Anyways, the bad thing about that is that I could only get an ultrasound done to see the gender of the baby once I was at least 18 weeks pregnant. That basically means 4 months and a half, which making my calculations was going to be around the end of July, and that simply was not going to work for us. Let me tell you why. Zaira's dad was enlisted in the military, and he was told that he was going to be leaving for boot camp at the beginning of July. So we really wanted to know the gender of the baby before he left for boot camp, for two reasons. The first one being that once in boot camp, we weren't really going to talk, so the news of the gender of a baby was going to be given to him
quite in a different way. Let's call it that, yeah. Quite in a different way.
Second, because we wanted to have a baby shower before he left.
Because after boot camp, he wasn't going to come back to the city where all our friends are and our family.
So we definitely wanted to get that done before he left, because if not, he was not going to be a part of that. We obviously wanted him to be involved in it. So anyways,
Now that that's clear, let me proceed.
so we started investigating if there was any other methods that we could use to find out the gender of the baby. And we found out that there's actually 3 safe methods that you could do. One being the ultrasound, obviously, as I already mentioned.
It's also the most common one, but once again, for us, it wasn't going to work.
The other one is called CVS, which is a sampling process.
But the doctor said that it's mostly used for other purposes and that there could be other consequences.
Like a 0.01%. But still, we obviously didn't want to potentially affect the health of our baby. And the third method was a blood test called NIPT or NIPT, and it stands for non-invasive prenatal test. And it would also screen for certain diseases that the baby could have.
And another cool thing about it is that it was 99.1% accurate on telling the gender of the baby.
And it could be done starting at 9 weeks pregnant. So by then I could definitely do it, because I think that at the time I was like 12 weeks pregnant, which is like 3 months. So I was definitely able to do it at that point. So we did this screening and the results got to us within a week and a half, if I remember right.
Because the hospital didn't directly do it, they had it sent to a special lab and they did it there, so yeah.
Anyway, so they got to us within a week and a half. Hold on. Before I continue,
Oh my god, I'm such a terrible storyteller.
I apologize. At this point, we had decided that the baby shower was also going to be a gender reveal, because why not kill 2 birds with 1 stone? Anyways, back to the topic. Oh my god, you can see Zaira's moving back there. She's kind of like waking up. So I remember I was in my house with my mom, and I got a call from my midwife, and she was like, oh, I got your results.
Do you want me to tell them to you now, or do you want me to send them like through mail, or do you want me to call someone else because I know you're having a gender reveal?
Like in that moment, I didn't really know what to say. I was like in shock because I thought they were gonna take longer, and it was a crazy feeling because it was like,
I could literally have this person tell me the gender of my baby right now and just like not be questioning myself anymore and like not be wondering and not having to wait any longer.
But then I was like, no, that's not right. So, you know, she was already there like in the phone, so I was like, okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna hand you to my mom and you can tell her, you can let her know. And so
I remember seeing my mom's facial expressions. I was trying to look at her face to see if she would make any type of, you know, expression that would make me, you know, just know the gender of the baby. But her face was so, like, plain, like a rock. And I couldn't really guess from that.
There was a lot of things going on in my mind those days. I was, like, always questioning myself and trying to find hints. You know, there's those old tales
like the ribbon and the ring, the size of your belly, how the bump looks, your cravings. Like, there's so many ways that you could try to guess the gender of your baby. I never really had a feeling so strong to say, oh yeah, the baby's definitely a boy or the baby's definitely a girl. Never.
So by then the gender reveal was like 10 or 12 days away. Then the day finally came, and you know, we got dressed and we went to the location, and the plan was that the gender was sent in the invites. So all the people that were going to go, they all knew the gender, you know, just in case they wanted to buy a gift or something. you know, just in case they wanted to buy any gifts. It's always easier to buy gifts for a baby if you know the gender instead of them being gender neutral. And also, I mean, this is my personal opinion, but
as the parents, I think we rather have things that go with the gender of our baby rather than neutral things. I mean, that's honestly just my personal opinion, but yeah.
So they all knew, and pretty much everyone knew.
But us, the parents.
Also, they were all really good at keeping it a secret from us.
Even the gift bags were neutral colors. Like, in my mind, I was like, oh, once we arrive there, if I see the gifts, I'll obviously know the gender before the actual reveal because the bags will either be pink or they will be blue.
And also, all the decorations were pink and blue. So there was no way to really tell. Now, let me tell you another thing. By then, we had already thought of the names for the baby. No matter if it was a girl or a boy, they both were going to start with A and Z for the first and middle initial. Just in case you were wondering how are the letters in the pictures not really a hint for the gender of the baby. So anyways, once we arrived, the reveal was the first thing that happened. Here's a little clip for you all.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And after that, we just had a really good time with our friends, with our family. It was a small event, and pretty private too. Not many people knew at the time that I was pregnant. But yeah, we ate, opened gifts, played a couple games, and we were just in really good company. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm so happy that we got to have both a baby shower and a gender reveal for Zaira, because
Sometimes when things are planned pretty quickly,
or like in this case that
Zaira's dad wasn't going to be here the whole time, it's kind of complicated to get certain things done, especially if it's events where you require other people to go to and not everyone has the same schedule and people are working, people are doing different things. It was also during the summer, so, you know, people travel and stuff like that.
I'm glad we have pictures and videos to show to Zaira. After that, I actually started buying baby stuff. That was honestly one of the things that I really was dying to do. So yeah, I think that's it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If so, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys for all the support always. I love you. See you next time.